guys, and welcome to Adobe Live. Happy Tuesday. How is everyone? I've seen a few people in chat already. I've seen General Kenobi. Sam, Tim, we have Alex, we have Avriana. Who else is here? Lindsay. Got Lindsay Palmer. We've got Sean. We've got Arby, Seven, Rebecca. Who am I missing? Am I missing anybody? I think I got everybody. Steve, did I get Steve? Hi. Hi everybody. Hi Anasa? Hi Anthony, Babs. Hello. Where are you guys tuning in from? Hi Julia. How are you guys? Where are you tuning in from? Let's have fun today. I'm Shauna Lynn. I am a hand learning artist and illustrator here in the Chicago area. This is my dog Teddy Bear. If you guys have not met Teddy Bear, this is Teddy Bear. And he joins every stream that I'm on because he's my baby and he deserves it. And his birthday is in 2 days. So everyone say happy birthday to Teddy Bear when you get a chance. He's going to be 9. So, yeah. Welcome. We're going to have a fun day. It's going to be an hour of us hanging out, talking about Adobe Fresco and doing a bunch of, not a bunch. My words got away from me. We're doing a single prompt. I see Steve is here from New Zealand. Sean is here from Germany. We have East Coast Connecticut, Austin, Texas, Arizona, Canada. We've got people from all over. This is awesome. Adobe Live, bringing people together. So if this is your first time here and you are hanging out in the YouTube chat, we are all hanging out on Behance. You have to go to be.net/live and you can join us in the conversation. I know that there's a chat going on YouTube. I'm reading the Behance chat. And if you are, I guess telling people to refresh is not going to make a difference if they're not watching it. But if you are having trouble seeing it, make sure that you're telling people to refresh. Yeah, so here we are. So we have a full schedule today. We are starting with myself. We've got October illustration prompts followed by character design with Kimberly from Inku Design. We have the Pre-Max Challenge with Kathleen Martin because Adobe Max is next week and it is free online and it's going to be a blast. So if you've not registered yet, make sure you register. After that, we've got Web Design with Kevin Lee and then Design in the Dark with Wade Acuff and Andrew Hockrattle. So what I'm doing today is yesterday, if you're tuned in yesterday, we did Mab Graves' Drawlloween challenge and the theme was grave. Today we're going to do Furry Little Peach's Peachtober, and today's theme, because it's the 13th, we're looking at number 13 and it's horn, and this can go any way, any amount of ways. So we're going to say goodbye to Teddy. We're going to put him down for this next hour. You've got a cookie in your bed. Go enjoy. And I'm going to get my iPad screen up. So if you guys want to see what I did yesterday, this is what we worked on. And this was the theme grave. We had a lot of fun with it. And it turned out really good. We used all of Kyle Webster's brushes. So today we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to create a custom size up here in the corner. If you don't have Adobe Fresco, you can go to the info tab to download it. And you can use it on your iPad. I believe it works on computer tablets as well. So just, join along, have fun. You can work in Photoshop or a, comparable program, but we're going to be doing Fresco today. So I'm going to change my units to inches. We're going to change this to 8 by 8 because that is my preferred size for working on something that I'm going to post to Instagram. And I'm going to set it to 300 DPI so that way if I decide I want to print it, I can print it. Anything smaller can result in pixelation. If it's 72, it's screen only, and if you print it, it's going to be very pixelated. All right, buddy, go lay down. All right, so I'm going to create my document. So the theme today is horn. I'm going to pull from Kyle's brushes, and I downloaded the mega pack yesterday because it seemed like a lot of fun to look through it, because I bought the mega pack way back when he had not signed with Adobe yet. So like he's had this mega pack for a long time, and it is a fantastic set of tools. But there's a lot. There are 400 and something brushes in this, and you can get it by hitting the plus button in your brush dialog here, and it'll take you to the Adobe brush site, and you can download them with your CC subscription and save them to your library. So I'm going to see if I can find his pencil brush that I was using. Not that one. There we go, charcoal pencil. There we go. I like that one a lot. So I'm going to use Kyle's charcoal pencil today. And because I like to sketch in color, I am going to pick a color. So, hello everyone. Hello. How are you? How is everyone joining in? If you're just joining in, we're doing Furry Little Peach's Peachtober prompt. It's above me. Today's theme is horn. So this can go a lot of different ways, and I'm basically just going to show you like a quick, we're just going to get down and dirty in Fresco, and we're just going to have a good time. And you can interpret this any way that you want. So this could be, it could be a monster, it could be a devil, it could be like a do horn, it could be any kind of horn. So like if you guys want to throw ideas into the chat, by all means throw ideas. So feel free to throw ideas into the chat. Let's see, like one of my initial ideas was just doing like a unicorn. Which could work, but like, what if we, I don't know, what if we did, we could do a unicorn. What if we went a little crazier and we did, my hands are not warmed up yet, so these are gonna look really messy, but what if we did like a pumpkin with horns? Let's see, what else could we think of with this? We could come up with a cute little monster, and he could have a horn coming out of his forehead. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you want to go the unicorn, the little monster, or the pumpkin direction? Let's throw it in chat. Throw it in chat. What do you guys think? We're gonna do 1, 2, or 3. Yes, Peachtober. So that's Furry Little Peach, who is an amazing artist. She's on Instagram, Twitter, etc. And she's created her own set of prompts for what would be Inktober. Inktober is a big event started by Jake Parker. A lot of people have branched off and done their own version, and it's just a way of getting people to draw every day. My direction is I can't just, I could. I don't like to stick to just one prompt list because there are so many good ones. So I'll generally screenshot some of my favorites, keep them like in my phone or on my computer, and reference them. So whatever the day is, like I'll have like 4 or so different options to pick from. And so I'm seeing a lot of people going for 2. I see a couple people going for 3. The brush library. Okay, so if you have a CC subscription, you have you can store work in the in the CC library, you can store your brushes there, you can store gradients, you can store colors, you can store patterns, you can store all kinds of things. And it looks like an evil peach. It kind of does. And so what it does is, because you would be on the CC library, you can access it on your computer, from your phone, from your tablet, wherever. So it's basically a cloud library. And so you can save your brushes there and access them on your tablet in Fresco. And I am using Kyle's Mega Pack. And I have something in my eye. Oh no, that's not good. All right, I'm going to push through it. Yes, Cody Bear has a fantastic set of prompts as well. And I think you can throw a stone and find a good prompt list. Cody Bear, Map Graves, Very Little Peach, a whole bunch of them have a ton of options. So let's see, what is it looking like? Got 1, 2, and 3. So I see a lot of people going for 2. So should we do like a set of like evil horned pumpkins? Because I kind of think that could be cute and silly. I'm going to save this guy for later because I can see something happening with this little character. So I'm going to turn this layer off by hitting the little I button on the far right of my screen. And I'm going to just start drawing some shapes. The fun thing with pumpkins is you can get really loose with them and you can have a lot of fun. So I could draw something. I could do this. And I'm tackling this sort of like how we did the graves yesterday. Like we just throw random shapes in there. After this. Okay. Let's see. Evil Peach. Yeah, Evil Peach. So I think all these guys, they're all going to have different horns. So I'm just giving them, there's a little base. I'm going to just quickly give them a ground to sit on so that they're not just floating in midair. And then I'm going to hit this little, there's a button over here. It's an arrow with a little cross. And that's your transform and move tool. So I'm going to go up to the layer properties in the top right. I'm going to bring my opacity down. And I'm going to start cleaning these up and doing some really funky looking pumpkins. Say that 5 times fast. And if you're hanging around today, we have a full schedule. If you missed it, I'll just put up once more real quick. Our schedule today is myself, followed by Kimberly from Inku Design, followed by Kathleen Martin, followed by Kevin Lee, followed by Wade Acuff and Andrew Hockrattle. So it's going to be a good fun-filled day. You're going to learn a lot. The Pre-Max Challenge is going to be awesome. It's going to get us all ready for Adobe Max next week, which is free. It is free to attend, which is an amazing positive in light of the current world circumstances. There are some incredible artists who are presenting, who are talking, who are giving workshops. This is the only time in my life that I will probably ever be next to a celebrity in a lineup. I'm sitting next to Gwyneth Paltrow because the alphabet worked in my favor. I'm one of the speakers, and I'm incredibly thankful for that opportunity. So if you have not signed up yet, I highly recommend you do. I think, Sam, you're a speaker this year too, right? Are you doing a demo? We're going to give them all different expressions too. All these pumpkins are going to have different expressions. And if anyone wants to know the pencil I'm using right now, it's Kyle's Ultimate Charcoal Pencil from his Mega Pack. You are not, but it would be really cool. Oh, Sam, I could have sworn I saw your name on there. They should get you at some point because that would be fun to see. I do know that there's quite a few quite a few Adobe Live people that are going to be live. And then there's just it is such an insane lineup. It's really cool. It's amazing the people that Adobe gets to speak. I went to Adobe Summit a few years ago, which is the marketing equivalent of Max, and they were supposed to have Bradley Cooper speak, and at the last minute he couldn't make it, so he got his friend Ryan Gosling to show up, and I've never been more disappointed in my life that I missed a celebrity talk. But I found out after he had spoken that he was brought in like last minute. You could end up in a police lineup with someone famous. I mean, you're not wrong. Okay, so should this guy have one or two horns to start? I'm kind of thinking he should be like a two-horned pumpkin. And then there's a little circle here. If you double tap it, you can activate it. And the blue circle in the middle lets you erase with your current brush. And you tap it again, and it'll let you draw with that brush again. So it's just a nice way to quickly toggle in between an eraser and a brush and keep that. If you're like me and when you erase, you want to keep that texture, it's a great way to do that. Yes, I have to look through. I feel like things for Max keep getting added. It's like every day there's like 10 new things you could add to your schedule. So I keep checking to add things and make sure that I don't miss something that could potentially be really awesome that I would be sad to miss. There are a few talks that are set for like 2 days only. Like you can't access them outside those 2 days. So I'm putting priority on those. And then doing others as well and putting favorites. Okay, so we've got pumpkin number 1 sketched out. I'm just going to add some quick line work. Okay, so there's pumpkin number 1. I'm going to turn the sketch off just so you can see what he looks like. So now pumpkin number 2. 1 or 2 horns. I love drawing pumpkins. They're ridiculous. They're all different shapes and sizes. You can find like white pumpkins, green pumpkins, black pumpkins. It's so cool. They're fun. And now that I am somewhere north, I can have them out much longer. Because in Florida, if you put them out, they're rotting in 2 days. Your schedule for Adobe Max is full. You wish you could split yourself up. I totally feel you, Michelle. I totally get it. Like I was telling Kathleen yesterday, like I need a time turner just so I could attend everything that I would want to attend. Okay, Sean's saying this one should have 1. Anyone else have preference? Should this have 1 or 2? We're going to give him really close set eyes, and they're going to be round. I'm going to do the old Disney thing too, where they've got the little cutout eyes. Give him a little nose and an itty bitty mouth. Yeah, and we'll give him like Blushy little cheeks. Where can I find other design prompts like this again? This one, you can go to Furry Little Peach's Instagram and find her prompt list, or you can search, like if you go on Instagram, you do hashtag Inktober, I think that should bring, you'll end up seeing a lot of other prompts. Cody Bear has a prompt list that Sam is linking to. There's a lot of them, and it's just it's just like perusing till you find it. All right, we're gonna give him a horn. Now we're gonna go to this guy in the back here. I don't want to shade yet. Yeah, and look at some creators that you follow, because sometimes you'll find prompts from creators you follow just because they're doing them. So I can already see, because I drew this horn as high as I did, I'm gonna have to adjust both of these. So I'm going to group these guys. And to group, you just drag the layer on top of another one, and then to access it, you can swipe to get into the group. But because I want to do both of these, I have to do this. And I might drop it down just a little bit. There we go. Okay, and onward. This is the line I want it to follow. The second horn could be broken. Like, are you talking about like on this guy? Like it could be kind of one of those like stumpy horns. It's a possibility. This one could have a crack in it. If you guys notice, I'm being very loose with my lines, and that's because I don't want to really have anything solid yet, because things are going to change as I render. Hey, Cody. We'll do like, let me go back here. Is anyone drawing along? The fun thing with Fresco too is if you like to work in vectors, you can work in vector brushes. I generally don't, because I like having that very rough and tumble style. But if you like very clean lines, there are vector brushes. It's the third button down on the left panel. Otherwise, you'll use what are called pixel brushes. Leon, how are you? We're doing Inktober, if anyone's just joining. We're doing Furry Little Peach's list of stuff. List of prompts. And the theme today is horns. So when we started our options, I gave people 3 options. We were going to go the unicorn, pumpkins, or this little character who I'm going to render out later because I think he's kind of cute. And the choice was people went for pumpkins. They really liked the idea of little pumpkins. right, so I'm going to crowdsource. What should the final pumpkin's emotion be? While I do that, I'm going to take a coffee break. So we have one more pumpkin to draw. What should his emotion be? So far we've just got like the general pumpkin. We've got like a happy little spooky boy here, and then we've got this one who's just like super elated, even though their horn is cracked. Scared by all the horns. Surprised. Psychotic. Hey Blake, how are you? Blake is doing Skulltober, aren't you? Where like you draw a skull every day. Pretty sure that's what it is. And if anyone is hanging out in the YouTube chat, by the way, I'm reading the Behance chat, and if you want to join us over on be.net/live, that's where the conversation's happening and where I'm taking requests from. All right, while we decide on an emotion, we're just going to start rendering out. Yeah, okay, so if anyone's looking for other prompts, Blake has one called Skulltober, and Skulltober is him making a different skull every day, which I think is fantastic. It makes it very easy because you're just drawing a skull every day, but there's so much room for interpretation. Like, my favorite way to draw a skull is like this, and I like making them little wonky guys. Look at him, he's so cute. Confused or stabby? Confused might be cute. All right, let's start rendering him out. He's going to be... Days 1 to 31, all skulls. Yes. All right. Actually, I'm going to make his stem a little roundy. Maybe he doesn't have a horn. Maybe he's scared because he's just got his little, like, his stem and that's it. I kind of like him without the eyeballs in there. Let's see what coloring this in looks like. Yeah, I did notice the change in the branding in Behance as well. I like it. It looks very chic. Also, welcome back, Noor. How are you? All right, so we've got this one that has no horn, and he's a little unnerved by the ones with horns who just look very excited about their current situation. And then I'm just going to finish drawing this ground plane just so they've got something holding them down. I'm going to turn off the layer underneath, and then I'm going to use the transform tool. This, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buttons down, and I'm just going to make it a little smaller so it fits the space better. And center it. Okay, so here's our sketch for Inktober's Peachtober, and I've got about 20-ish more minutes to render this out, so we're gonna see how this goes. In this case, I'm actually okay. I'm happy spending a little extra time on the sketch because I think this is gonna turn out really cute. So now we need to do some shades of orange. We could do like a gray pumpkin. Let's do an orange though. I like pulling from these very saturated oranges. And then what was I using yesterday to fill that I really liked? I think it was the charcoal pencil variant. Was that it? I used soft chalk to do some shading. I know that. I think I used charcoal pencil for all that. But I think for this today, I'm going to stick with the Ultimate Charcoal Pencil because I really like how it's rendering. And I'm going to increase the size and just start coloring these guys in. And just like yesterday, I'm going to take this layer and I'm going to pull it underneath my grouped layer because I like to see my sketch, and if I draw on top of it, it's really hard to lose it, and I'm turning on and on and off and on and off and on and off. So if I put the layer on top and drop the opacity, I can work within my layer still and see my sketch. Jan says, Adobe Live is amazing. We can draw in Fresco in like high res, super high res. We can see it happen on our systems too. It's amazing. It's huge, like super huge. It's technology like you can't believe. You can't believe it. I see what you did there, and I'm not going to mention what it is, but it's, yeah, Adobe Live is quite amazing. What I like too is about Adobe Live is I'm able to feel like I'm co-working. I've been freelancing for around 8 years now, and I love it. Like I'm an introvert. I like my alone time. But I also like the option to go and sit at a coffee shop around people and not talk to people. And so that's kind of the thing that I really miss right now is being able to just go sit at coffee shops and draw. So Adobe Live has been something that's been really amazing because it gives me that feeling while still you know, staying home. I at least feel like I'm around people and interacting with people. I like the Prince of Egypt reference in there happening in chat. There can be miracles when you believe. And yes, I know the whole song by heart. It is very, very, I don't know, is Prince of Egypt sort of an underrated movie? I feel like it's like, it gets lost in the shuffle of animated movies, but it is chef's kiss. It is fantastic. Yeah, work and lurk. Yeah, that's what I've called it for years. It's the work and lurk. Like I am here, but I'm not here. Like I'm working and I'm around. But I may not always engage in the background. I might say hi and then like disappear, you know. I might, like if I were at a party, hey, and then just like go hang out with like the dog in the corner. Yes, Cody, Prince of Egypt's so good. Also Anastasia. Also very, very good. All right, so right now I am just coloring these in. It's nothing special. It's just this is good, you know, relax time. Is anyone drawing along? Like, tell me what you're drawing, because I wanna hear. I wanna read it. You can go up, Ted. Go on, go up. Teddy has stairs to get onto the bed, but sometimes he forgets that he has back feet, so he stands there and just goes like up the first step and down and up and down. And you're just like, just use your back legs. I swear they will work. Yes, with Rasputin, when they translated Anastasia the musical, or Anastasia the movie to Anastasia the musical, I had such hope for a Rasputin character, because think of how like awesome In the Dark of the Night would have been as a Broadway number, but they instead switched it out and they made it a little more historically accurate, but not historically accurate, and created a different character instead. So there's absolutely no Rasputin at all. And I'm going to draw this one on the same layer because I just need him to be behind this pumpkin in the front. Oh good, he made it on the bed. I'm working on a cozy snack for Cody Bear's Drawtober. And Sean, I am drawing inspiration. Nice. Let's see. Oh, sounds like my mom's dog. She has anxiety about jumping, but only sometimes. Yeah, I'm not sure, Lindsay, why he forgets that he has back legs, but apparently it's something with dogs that like they don't realize they have back legs. So he just forgets about them. Let's see. What's your cozy snack that you're drawing, Jill? Or Julia, sorry. What's your cozy snack that you're drawing? What's my like cozy autumn snack? I have to think about that. Like lychees are my favorite snack, but they're not necessarily cozy. Maybe a pumpkin scone. I think a pumpkin scone would be like my cozy snack. And just sit there and eat it like a chipmunk, you know. I need to tune in to draw or design in the dark today because I missed it yesterday because I was on a deadline. But I always enjoy Andrew Hochredel's Mad Lib style streams. Are those marker brushes? No, this is the Kyle Webster Ultimate Charcoal Pencil from his Mega Pack, which you can download by hitting the plus button and going to the brushes page on Adobe. Cody says, my dachshund definitely doesn't remember she has back legs. She also doesn't know how long she is. Her back legs fall off the couch all the time. Oh, there was a joke I heard years ago from a comedy skit, and he was like, my wife has a dachshund, an 8-foot back and 2-inch legs. My aunt and uncle have had dachshunds for years. They've had dachshunds, and so like growing up, they always had the dachshunds at Christmas time. They always had 2 at a time. But those are like some of my only interactions with dachshunds. My best friend's family had one too. They had one when we first were roommates, and then they got another one, and that one was a piebald dachshund, and she had one blue eye and one brown eye, and she would blush, and so all of her skin would just like turn red. She was not smart, but she was very sweet. Mega Pack. Yes, the Kyle T. Webster Mega Pack, which is available for Adobe CC subscribers. Hi, baby. What are you doing? going to turn my layer off real quick and just see how that looks. Yeah, that works. And adding texture is going to be a huge help. Which I think I'm going to draw the bottom first, and then I will add in some texture, because I don't think I'm going to finish this before time is up, because I've got about 10 minutes to go before I have to start wrapping things up. But yesterday we did an orange ground. Today I'm going to see what a pink ground looks like, because I love the orange and pink combo. That's just like, that is my go-to right now. What do you call a table with a dachshund on it? A board. Oh, a dashboard. I get it. A dashboard? Is that what it's supposed to be? I don't know. I probably ruined that joke. What else is everyone else drawing? Has anyone found any Inktober, Drawtober, prompt lists that you really like that I haven't mentioned yet? I know a few artists too are doing ones where they offer it where it's just a weekly prompt, so it's just like one theme a week for people that can't commit to every day or don't want to commit to every day. I might put out a list next year. That might be kind of fun to do an Inktober list next year. The one year that I was really successful and I did pieces every day, I called it 30 Days of Matchbooks. And I just drew like fake matchbooks based off pop culture things that I enjoyed. They turned out really good and I'm still proud of them. Jan says, I love the colors. Thank you. I love them too. So if you've never done an orange and pink combo in your work, I just do it once and you'll be hooked. I could turn these guys into a sticker. That's my favorite part of this. I have been on a sticker making kick. And these guys could easily be a sticker. Thank you for sharing my links, Sam. Appreciate it. All right. I'm going to do clipping masks. So clipping mask now, if you don't know what that is, it is a layer that is nested on top of another layer. So when it is set as a clipping mask, you can only draw within the layer that's under it. Anything drawn outside won't show up. And I'm going to show you by pulling up Kyle's soft chalk. I'm going to select a color here, and I can just tap and hold to select a color. I'm going to turn off my sketch just so it doesn't confuse anybody. And I'm going to take this and make it a little oranger, because the hard thing with orange is if in the dialogue over here you just pull it down to darken it, it's going to turn brown. And it's going to look really weird. It's going to make the pumpkin look kind of like old and musty versus like vibrant and fun. So like if I don't have it set as a clipping mask, you see how it's going outside of the pumpkin right now? So I hit this little button on the far right. It's a square with an arrow pointing down. And immediately, I'll do it again. All that fuzz gets contained within the layer underneath it. So right now I'm just painting in just some very quick texture, and I'm going to do this to the other layers underneath. And then we're going to go here and here. And I'm just being very random about where I'm throwing this, just because I want the pumpkin to have a little bit of texture. And now the pumpkin in the back, I'm going to select the color. Oop, missed my dialogue there. And then it's going to just, this one's going to be a little more subtle. Like, it's not going to be as noticeable. Okay. So here's our pumpkins currently. And I'm going to turn my sketch layer back on. I'm going to go to the top here. I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to start drawing in the faces with, again, charcoal pencil from Kyle's Mega Pack. It's a solid one. It's a solid brush, and I really like it. And I'm not going to do solid black, because if I do solid black, it's going to be a little too harsh. So here's like a gray black. And then if I do solid black, do you see how much like harsher that looks? I don't know if it's very obvious, but like making it a gray versus black is going to soften it up a little bit, so it's not so insanely harsh. And then the nice thing down here is all of your recent colors get saved, so I can just go back. And I'm going to bring the size of this brush down just a hair. And all you have to do is you can tap and drag the numbers up and down, or you can tap the number and raise and lower this way as well. I like to just tap and pull. Makes it much easier on my end. Ariana says, yes, it's definitely a lot harsher. It is, and it will be very noticeable if I did this. If I did the faces in all black, it would look very stark in comparison. So using the gray, which is it's not a ton lighter than the black, but it's just enough that it's not going to look like it's so harsh there. Because we want it to retain we want it to feel, softer. Now, if I were using colors that were more stark and the background was dark, then I would go closer to a solid black, because it wouldn't be as noticeable in that aspect. Does Kyle have marker brushes as well? Yes. Yeah, if you hit the plus button, let me see if I can quickly bring it up. You go plus, you'll go get more brushes, and it'll pull it up in Safari. So you can download the Mega Pack. You can download his Keith Haring inspired brushes, and if you keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, he has markers here. So he does have art markers. I'm going to close that. Hello, Avriana. How are you doing? Are you enjoying the stream? We've got about 5 minutes to go. Not quite 5, because I got to start wrapping up, but we've got a few minutes that I can play with here. So if you guys want to see the final of this, I will post it later today on my Instagram, which is right above me. It's my handle. I'll post the final there so you can see it. I will also be posting it on Behance as a project. If you've never used Behance before, if you're just here for the first time, Behance is a portfolio site, and it's a great place to show off your work. You can set up projects and show off the process behind them, because I don't normally do that on my portfolio site, but on Behance I will create what are called case studies sometimes to show everything on a project. Thank you, Sam. You can finally draw with markers and not get a headache. Do you use like super like fragrant markers? Is that why you get a headache? Because I know like a lot of them are like rubbing alcohol based, so you get that really strong rubbing alcohol smell. So I'm going to turn this off so you can see. So that's what it's going to look like. And eventually I'm going to add in lines, and I'm going to use clipping masks to draw the lines in and draw in the details. But we're at a point where things have to wind down because I only have an hour with you guys. And so if you guys have any last questions, please feel free to ask. I'll answer the best I can in the next 2 minutes. Jan says, do those brushes work on Photoshop on the desktop too? Yes. Yeah, all of the Kyle Webster brushes work in both Photoshop and on the iPad in Fresco. And you can sync them in your library and have access to them on both platforms. I remember I used to use those Copic markers, and those were very strong. I could only use them in short spurts because it's like your paper ends up smelling like the marker. I used to do full drawings in them too, and nowadays I'm just could not do it. Could not. Would love to, but I couldn't. Ariana says this went by too fast. I agree. An hour just never seems like enough time, but the next stream I believe is 2 hours long, and I definitely encourage you guys to stick around. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be drawing characters in Fresco, so we'll all still be hanging out in Adobe Fresco, and it's with very talented illustrator Kimberly from Inku Designs. I watched part of her stream yesterday, and she's really good. She's really good at what she does. I'm going to fill this in, and then I'm going to use a clipping mask later to color in that darker orange. Fresco. Oh yeah, Tim says Fresco works on the iPad and most of Windows 10 devices. The only one I noticed that I know of that may have some trouble is the Surface Pro 4, which I don't think many people have anymore, because there was no tilt recognition with that particular tablet. That said, I don't have any experience with the later Surface tablets, so I'm not entirely sure if that's the case. So everyone, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me these last 2 days. It's been an absolute blast. I had a ton of fun, and I hope you did too. I hope you learned stuff about Adobe Fresco and had fun creating Inktober, Drawtober, Drawlloween, Peachtober prompts. I'm going to continue making these and sharing them to my Instagram and various social media platforms. And I would love to see what you make too. So if you make something, tag me so I can see it. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for joining me. This is where we ended up today. Check back later for the final piece, and stay tuned for the rest of the programming today. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I thank you guys for joining me. Happy spooky October. Bye.